Our biggest sale of the year is happening right now during the Season of Inspiration at Team Mazda. Now's your chance to get 0% financing for 60 months on a new Mazda CX-5 and make no payments for 90 days. Get savings on top of savings right now at Baton Rouge's Mazda dealer, Team Mazda on Airline.
That would be concerning and maybe set a precedent moving forward.
If you had plans to be outside, you might hit a couple of these little passing showers.
A drug bust and a few arrests made. Look at what they hauled in here.
Good Wednesday morning. Welcome to 9 News Now here on WAFB Plus, also known as, what are we doing? Yeah, we're figuring it out together. How about it? And on this Wednesday, it is a beautiful start in our part of the world. Getting a look here at False River from our exclusive Sky9 camera network. The sun has come up, but it's been another chilly start in South Louisiana. Just know we are in store for a beautiful day ahead, but I'll leave it to Steve. Steve has drummed up a wonderful forecast for us today. It's what we're keeping our eyes on in the weekend, Steve, that we may need to be a little bit worried about here, huh?
That's right. So what are we doing?
I don't know.
I enjoyed that, Liz. All right, here's a look at temperatures outside this morning. We'll get to the weekend in just a moment. Quiet for now, and just kind of another cool, kind of chilly start outside. 40s almost area-wide. Baton Rouge 46, New Roads 44, Gonzales at 47. We've had a weak cold front moving through overnight, just going to reinforce our cool and dry weather. Beautiful shot up on False River right now as the sun rises out over South Louisiana. It's a Sky9 view brought to you by Our Lady of the Lake. At the end of 9 News this morning, as mentioned a few minutes ago, a couple of pelicans in the shot. The little camera shot have gone out of view, but pretty start outside this morning, albeit chilly. Now, even as we finally get some sunshine returning today, it's going to be a little bit cooler because we had that front move through overnight. So only mid to upper 50s at noon, low 60s for highs, running about 4 or 5 degrees below normal for the date. But we're hanging on to some high clouds in some neighborhoods this morning, but watch as those exit to the south as the morning wears on, so that by late this morning, lunchtime, should be mainly sunny for most of us, except for right along the coast. On into the afternoon, plenty of sunshine continues, temperatures in the low 60s, and then we could start to see some of those high clouds returning as soon as tonight, which might have a little impact on temperatures tomorrow morning. All right, let's jump ahead to the weekend now. We continue to give you a first alert heads up to showers and storms returning on Saturday. Kind of skip by my pause point here at the beginning. The morning hours should start out mainly dry, but by Saturday afternoon and evening, showers and storms likely as a cold front moves in from the west. That's 4 o'clock. You'll note by midnight, rain's beginning to end from west to east, and by daybreak Sunday, the rains are gone. It turns breezy, much cooler again. Storm Prediction Center still posting a level 2 out of 5, slight risk of severe weather, a little bit northwest of Baton Rouge. So this far out, they only do a level 2 and higher. Beginning tomorrow, they'll add in that level 1 out of 5. So I think there's a pretty good chance much of our viewing area will be under some threat of severe weather as outlined by the Storm Prediction Center by the time that outlook comes out tomorrow. In terms of rain amounts, a ½ inch to an inch on average, so another decent soaking on the way. Won't be as much as late last week and last weekend, but still we're starting to chip away at the drought. That's some good news. Now the other story here, tomorrow morning, mid-30s in Baton Rouge, so some patchy frost, but north and northeast of Baton Rouge, places like Hammond, Macomb, you could get a brief light freeze. Otherwise, Friday and Saturday warmer. In fact, Saturday could get to 80 before the storms move in, and then the bottom drops out. Go from 80 on Saturday to 57 for a high on Sunday. Daylight hours Sunday should be dry, most of next week dry and kind of comfortably cool with highs mostly in the 60s. Time now is 7:06 with a check on your Wednesday morning drive. Here's Johnny Asian. Hey, Johnny.
Hey, Steve-O. Good morning, everybody. We're behind me is Denham Springs. I-12 at Jubin. Jubin on-ramp, backing up just a little bit. Ramp metering has begun, so that'll help a little bit. You're slow all the way into Baton Rouge this morning out of Denham. That's not anything unusual. Here's the Amite River Bridge. Your right side of the bridge going toward Denham. Left side lights coming toward the camera coming into East Baton Rouge Parish. Bridge traffic here downtown starting to slow down a little bit from the west on I-10 eastbound from the 10110 to about Washington, and it's a little bit slow from that point right around Dalrymple as well, as you can see here. Both sides of the interstate a little slow in some spots, but again, the slowest of that's going to start right there at Juban, crossing the Amite River and all the way into right before Airline. The problem we had on I-12 at the Airline off-ramp, that's gone now, or at least they're still dealing with it, but it's no longer a factor in your traffic. And our drive times are also looking pretty good this morning at 7:07. 7 minutes after the hour, Matt Williams has the day off. Liz Coe is doing a great job filling in solo this morning. She stepped over to Studio B, giving you a little rundown on some of the more important stories we covered for you during 9 News this morning. Liz, good morning.
Sweet. Johnny, thank you. Yeah, giving you a run of your headlines this morning, and it's busy in our part of the world. Baton Rouge police actually need your help tracking down a couple of people who ran away from a deadly hit-and-run incident. So this actually happened there not far from the Louisiana Workforce Commission yesterday, right before 10 a.m. So have a look. They've shared some surveillance photos for you outside. You can clearly see 2 people running away. Now, this is that incident we brought to you yesterday at 9 News at noon. It's that deadly hit-and-run crash where a teenager, a 14-year-old, was killed. 2 other people were sent to the hospital there. We're told that a 2012 Chevy Silverado pickup truck, kind of a green color, was traveling northbound on 22nd Street, and then another car was traveling on Fuqua Street where they collided. Well, apparently witnesses tell us that 2 of the people got out of that truck, which was actually reported stolen by the Zachary Police Department, and then they hopped into another vehicle. So a lot going on in that moment, and that's why they were able to share these surveillance photos, hoping that somebody recognizes them and is able to contact Crime Stoppers with the tip. We still have not learned the identity of the victims involved in this incident, but it kind of happened there not far from the I-110 interstate there. So if this sounds familiar to you, maybe you saw some people running away with it, or maybe even that vehicle description, that 2012 Chevy Silverado pickup truck sounds familiar to you. Maybe somebody drawing it, you may have seen someone driving it through the area. Go ahead and call any of those tips in to Crime Stoppers. Your tip will remain anonymous, and you might even be eligible for a cash reward, but we're talking about some decent surveillance photos that they're asking you to share on social media too. Again, this happened near the Louisiana Workforce Commission just yesterday. We'll let you know when there are updates in this case. Also want to let you know that this morning, this juvenile escaped inmate, he's been recaptured. Willie Jackson, we're told, was actually captured in Baton Rouge on Willard Street. Now, if you'll remember, he and another juvenile inmate escaped David Atkins. This was a couple days after Thanksgiving, and they've been on the run since November 25th. And as of yesterday, now only one of them, David Atkins, is still on the run. Now, we're told that David Atkins, again, this is the second time that he's escaped the East Baton Rouge Juvenile Detention Center. So he's been recaptured, back in police custody, one more on the run. They've upped the ante here for the Crime Stoppers tip. If you can help police track down exactly where he is, well, $2,000 is now that cash reward. Again, 344-STOP-7867 is the number to call if you think you've seen him. He was last found Willard Street, Baton Rouge, so keep an eye out for him. David Atkins, if he looks familiar. We also want to let you know about some changes for students entering college next year, or maybe even current college students reapplying for financial aid. There are going to be some changes to the FAFSA form this year. That's the Financial Aid Student form application. So we actually spoke with the Louisiana Office of Student Financial Assistance, and they talked about how the form is changing this year to make some parts of it actually easier for some students. So in past cases, students needed a lot of their parents' information to apply, right? Some personal information, social security number, some of their personal identification documents. This year they're changing that, so students may not need some of that particular information. Other things like a student identification ID will be required. There's a number of things that's going to change that process, and remember that form is being opened later this year. That's to allow FAFSA, the staff members at the federal agency, to kind of accommodate and get that form ready because there were so many changes this year. So Callie Hubbard has the story waiting for you now. They talk about the eligibility for the Pell Grant and how that is changing too, depending on how many students may be in your household. All of those details, the interview that Callie has with an expert to save you and your family some money, she's got that waiting for you right now on the 9 News app. We also want to let you know about a story we've been following, artificial intelligence. It's changing a lot of how we do things, right? Not only in various sectors like crime, also in security, but also in education. We caught up with LSU leaders just yesterday talking about how they are incorporating AI in classes. We're told about 30 faculty members are going to be training on how to incorporate it in their particular classes, but next semester they're going to be offering more than 50 classes using artificial intelligence. We're told they're also getting a supercomputer optimized for AI. We're not sure exactly how that's going to be incorporated for use for the university, but they're going to name it Super Mike. Now, teachers will have the individual decision to decide whether AI is appropriate for their class and whether they'll use it. But in the coming semester, we'll continue to follow that to see how it develops in the classroom, in the higher educational settings, and really the pros and cons of it in the education setting. It'll be interesting to watch. Also want to let you know about something to keep an eye out for in Central, something pretty cool, an all-inclusive playground. In a couple of weeks, Central is getting a brand new playground meant for children with special needs. And this is actually going to be built right next to the other playground at the Central school sites there. It's going to be named the Taylor Conrad Memorial Park. WAFB caught up with his mother yesterday, who says that he was known for working with children with special needs. Well, Taylor Conrad actually is a graduate of the Central school system. He died during a military training activity, so what a great way to honor him in the form of this park. We're told that weather permitting, that this park is supposed to open in just a couple of weeks. So a heads up, if you're looking for a job opportunity in Hammond, there's going to be a job fair today. It's at the Chapapila Sports Park in Hammond. We're told there's multiple opportunities. It's actually opening later this morning and going to be available until 3:30 p.m. So if you're in the Hammond area, maybe you work in Ponchatoula or live in Ponchatoula, this will be a good opportunity for you because that is where that new plant is going to be. Okay, time for Photos with Santa. Today at the Pennington Biomedical Research Center, they're going to host Photos with Santa. It's going to be from 2 to 6 p.m. So if you're thinking, hey, I need a photo for the Christmas card, this is going to be a great opportunity to do it. They're going to have their labs open for you to meet with the scientists and researchers. Guys, the Pennington Biomedical Research Center, I never would have put that and Santa together, but I mean, what cooler place to have Santa with all the scientists doing some great work.
That's awesome.
Yeah, good stuff.
This is the first time since 4 a.m. this morning, and it's what time? 7:15?
7:14.
That Liz Coe has had a chance to breathe, go potty, get coffee.
Oh my gosh.
You
Matt was
knocked
just doing
it out
this.
of the park.
Thanks to you guys, I tell you, you guys make this fun. Still not the same without Matt, but I tell you, the crew behind the scenes and y'all make this, whatever we're doing, fun.
Well, we know
I
Matt's
subbed it
up
out.
and watching because we got a text from him already this morning. So.
Sure is. Hi, Matt. We miss you. Can't wait to see you tomorrow. We also can't wait to see you in another 10 minutes for weather and traffic check.
Celebrate this holiday season with the gift of a new Honda during Happy Honda Days at Team Honda. And now you can make no payments for 90 days on our biggest selection of Hondas this year, making this the happiest time of the year. Come save now at Louisiana's #1 Honda dealer, Team Honda.